Hey everybody, how's it going tonight? J-Mac here with you. I'm here joined tonight by only two bros, so it's kind of the three bros radio show tonight. We wish Mess Around the best. I hope he gets better soon. Feeling a little under the weather today. Sarge will be back with us next week, guys.
Sweet.
Let me know today that he will be making an appearance next week, so we look forward to that. So next week we might be the Five Bros radio show. We'll see. There's been talks about maybe renaming it something. We'll let you know the development on that. But it'll still be the same show, still be the same guys. Your same lineup on Mondays and Fridays. Don't forget Thursday we are going to have a special, and we are going to have the first round of the draft. Chris was our he did the long haul last year. He stayed in for the whole thing last year, the whole 32 picks. Maybe to go a little faster this year. We'll see.
Hopefully.
Oh, I don't know.
If there's trades involved, then it'll probably go slower.
Well, the way everybody's talking, though, I mean, they got, 15 minutes to first pick?
I thought 10.
I think Chris is right. I think they cut it
Did
to
they
10.
drop it to 10? Okay.
Yeah.
I think a lot of teams are going to use every 10 minutes they can. From what the way the analysts are saying, that a lot of teams, I mean, there's not a clear-cut number one, clear-cut top 10, so I think a lot of teams are going to be using the full 10 minutes, I think, this year, or however long it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible, definitely, because, again, like you're saying, we were talking about this a little bit at work today, how usually you're coming in and there's like, oh, this guy's going number one, like Trevor Lawrence last year, everyone kind of knew that going into it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's a clear cut on that this year. Number one or a number two, and definitely not going to be a quarterback. I'll say that this is not a good quarterback class. Coming out of college. Let me add that in there. It's not a good quarterback class coming out of college, but who knows when they get to the NFL. Because let's not forget, some of the best quarterbacks ever were not drafted in the first round of the draft.
Yep.
So just because you're not drafted in the first round does not mean that you can't become a great NFL quarterback. And it's hit or miss. So it's also not a guaranteed thing. If you were to say this guy's, the number one overall pick, he's going to be great. Let's just play it for what it is. I mean, you're talking about some guys that they come out and they're number one overall, and then they play really well and they have a good career. And then other guys that don't. Jamarcus Russell is one that comes to mind. Ryan Leaf's another one. Well, he was second overall behind Peyton Manning.
But still, I mean, being in the top up there, I mean, you would think you're going to, even winning the Heisman doesn't even guarantee you anything anymore. That used to be your cut, at least in the top 5. Now you'll be lucky if you're drafted. I mean,
hold on. Thomas Burnett has a question. He wants to know: do they really need 10 minutes to decide on your pick? If you don't have a plan B, if plan A is gone, you shouldn't be in your position. I completely agree with you. I think that they should always have a plan B or a plan A. Have a whole list of players that you're going to take.
I think every team has a plan A, plan B, plan C. But then, teams are always calling and seeing if they can maneuver up, or the team's calling to maneuver down. I mean, there's a lot of smokes and mirrors right now, going into the draft room. I honestly, if I could have one wish, I would love to sit in any NFL locker or war room and just listen, on draft day or draft week. You know,
Just go up and go. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit in.
I would just love to be a fly on the wall. Just
Yeah.
listen, because
Just sit there.
I mean, we've all seen draft day. How close is draft day to actually how the draft is? You know,
Oh, I agree. You know, we don't really know, but I'll tell you what, if it's anything like that, it really showed you that all the leverage can change from minute to minute.
yep. I mean, we've seen it where videos will leak out day of the draft, and the players are going to drop. Like, what was it, a couple years ago when the player was showing wearing a mask and smoking weed on a TikTok video or something, and he
Oh,
dropped all the
yeah.
way down.
Yeah.
I do
So-
remember that. That was Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's still playing, by the way.
Oh
and
yeah.
The Dolphins won that trade.
Yep.
They
And,
certainly won
I
that
mean-
trade because they got
Okay, I got a question.
first round picks out of that.
Yep.
Yeah. I got a question. Do you think winning the Heisman?
What's your question?
Yeah. Winning the Heisman, do you think it hurts your status?
It doesn't matter. I really don't think it hurts or gains any momentum like it used to. I don't think it hurts it, you know, because it's a quarterback award mainly, you know.
'Cause
Yeah,
it seems
it
like
is a quarterback
doesn't work
award.
out.
But Thomas Burnett, thanks for joining. By the way, Thomas, he said I'd love to sit in the Rams war room.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all like
Yeah.
to sit in our favorite team's war room and see what happens on draft day.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't. I mean, outside the Vikings, I think like Jacksonville, the Lions, you know, the teams that have been bad for a while. I would love to sit in their locker room, war room, and see how they're trying to contract the plan. You know.
Mhm.
Right. And see what ideals they have. Are you going to draft for a big player and give some draft capital away? Or are you going to keep your pick and draft and develop? So,
Well,
there's teams
and
that have
J-Mac, we're
different-
talking. You brought up quarterbacks. You know, the last mock draft I saw, I was looking at work today, had oh god, what's the quarterback's name? The Pittsburgh quarterback, I think it was.
Oh,
Going to
Kenny
picks.
Pickett.
Pickett.
Pickett going to Pittsburgh via a trade with like the Jets or something, and he was like the only quarterback taken in the first round in this mock draft I saw. So
Yeah, I heard a quarterback maybe taking like pick 20 onward.
yeah,
Yeah. By the way, I got to ask you guys a question. Who do you think has the worst? Who do you think has the worst wide receiver core in the NFL?
Oh,
I would have to go with like the Lions. I can't even think of a receiver on there.
either the Lions or the Jets. I can't think of any of those two.
Yeah, the Jets could be up there. You're
You
right.
say the Lions. Here's one for you. Name the starting wide receiver for the Houston Texans.
From Texas, and I don't even know.
I know it's wrong, but I think it was Brandon Cooks a couple years ago. I don't know if he's still there now, but yeah, Houston would be another team.
So the Fantasy Holics is a Facebook group. They came out with their 10 worst wide receiving cores in the NFL.
I'm sure
So-
Dallas is one. I'm just kidding.
Brandon
Yeah.
Cooks was correct on Houston, by the way. But after Brandon Cooks, it really falls off. They have Nico Collins.
Who?
Exactly. Nico Collins at number 2. And Chris Conley, we've at least heard that name at number 3.
Okay.
They actually have number 1 as the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, yeah, you don't have Julio
Oh, yeah.
Jones anymore.
Yeah, no, Julius Jones anymore.
This is their top 3 receivers. Tell me
Okay.
if you've heard one of these names.
All right.
And I'm going to butcher this first name. So,
Haven't heard of him.
Olamide Zacharias.
Never heard of him.
Nope.
Demir Bird.
Sounds like something from like Harry Potter or something.
What was the
Demir
second?
Bird is the second one.
Never heard
Okay.
of him.
And Catterall Hodge.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Did they
Number
have?
2
I guess Patterson would be number 4 then. Was
he's
it Patterson?
considered a running back.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I mean, they have Kyle Pitts at tight end. So
Yeah.
let's catch up on comments before I go to the next one. John Alcorn says he thinks it's the Lions. Thomas Burnett says it's a three-way tie with the Jets, Giants, and Lions.
Yeah.
John Alcorn, he resigned for the Texans. The other receiver they have is suspended for the Falcons. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
They have the Colts.
Oh yeah.
They have the Colts at number 2.
Really? Well, yeah, I can't name a.
Michael
You got
Pittman.
TJ. Not TJ.
No, T.Y. Hilton is not re-signed.
Yeah.
He's not re-signed.
If he does, he'll have him. But
Well, the Colts are hurting all around because they don't even have a first-round pick this year. So
right, Michael Pittman is their starting wide receiver. We've at least heard his name.
yeah,
But after
not
that,
bad.
they have Paris Campbell and Ashton Dolan.
okay.
Maybe they're waiting. Maybe
Honestly,
they're waiting.
just going through these first 3 teams, it honestly sounds like we're naming off an XFL roster.
Probably.
I mean,
Maybe they're
just
waiting
saying.
for the USFL to finish up.
yeah, we'll get to that in a couple minutes.
Oh, okay.
Then Chicago is actually listed at 4.
Do they even have receivers?
Darnell Mooney is considered their top receiver.
Okay, I've heard of him.
They just had a receiver get suspended.
Inwanekwe St. Brown, by the way.
Okay.
So
Never heard
have
of
fun
him.
with those 15 drops this year.
Yep.
Then
Which one?
number 5 is the Eagles. They have Devonta Smith, Jalen Rieger, and Quez Watkins.
Okay.
Okay, 2 out of 3 I've heard.
So let's flip it around. Who are they considering has the best receiving core? If you
I
got the
do
list.
not have that in front of me. They just did the 10 worst.
Okay. Well, who's number 10? Let's go with number 10. We're
number
halfway
10
there.
is the Jets.
Really?
There's
Number
9,
10? Wow.
They say 9 teams are worse than the Jets, the receiving core, because the Jets have Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, and Braxton Burrows. So it's at least guys we've heard of.
Yeah. And they just missed out on getting Hill from KC.
This is one that shocked me. They say Cleveland's at number 6 for the worst.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Landry's not there no more.
No, they
Beckham's
have
not
Amari
there.
Cooper, though. I don't know why you'd put that
Yeah.
low.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, can you keep him healthy?
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, he's good, but he had trouble.
We know
staying
it's
healthy.
true. It's true. All right. Yep. So that one's that. So what do you guys think? Who do you think goes first overall? Just and you don't even have to name the player, maybe just the position. Do you think that they concentrate on defense or offensive line or
I keep hearing defense for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm hearing Hutchinson out of Michigan, or reading. I shouldn't say hearing because but reading a lot, listening to the radio. They're saying Hutchinson out of Michigan. Honestly, if it's me and I got that pick with Jacksonville's roster, I'm trading back. There's no clear cut. Let's get some assets. You could still build later in the draft, late rounds. But if we're going to stay there, then I'm saying Hutchinson. Unless maybe Detroit really wants Hutchinson and they get scared and they move up a spot and unload.
That's what ESPN's saying, that Hutchinson was going to go number 1, but they're hearing that it looks like he's going to drop to number 2.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. Like we were just explaining, there's not a clear-cut number 1.
there's not a clear-cut number 1?
I'm surprised there hasn't been a kicker or punter listed as the number 1 overall pick.
Honestly.
That'd be funny.
Thomas Burnett says teams should load the box against the Colts.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't disagree.
Yeah,
You
until they can prove they got
you
a
got
pass.
Jonathan Taylor, but he can't do everything. So
We wish they could.
So we all have first-round picks on our favorite teams, right? Minnesota's at 12. Pack have 2, right? Or they have 1?
No, we have 22.
No, you got 1.
Green Bay has 2, 22 and 28.
Yeah, but I heard that when you traded Adams, that you couldn't trade a tag player with a non-tag player, so now you got a second round pick.
Yeah,
instead of
there's
the
some,
first
yeah,
round.
something with that. That's what I was kind of confused about. But we'll see. You know,
We're
so
still
where
at
do we?
22 and 28 according to the draft. So,
Okay.
but
So
I
what do we
think what
think
they
our
were
teams are
talking
going to
about
do?
with that, sorry, what I think that they were saying is because we were trying to get Darren Waller.
Yep.
So they were saying is because we tagged Devontae Adams, we can't trade him for a guy with a contract. So we couldn't get Darren Waller in the trade. That's why we got draft picks instead.
Gotcha.
But realistically, they could have probably just flipped around that second or later pick and got Waller if they really wanted to. So I don't know.
That could be.
Yeah.
Well, I have them. So I mean, the mock draft has them taking Trevon Burks of Arkansas as a wide receiver at 22. I don't know. It's hard to say with Green Bay. It's hard to ever tell you what the GM, what Ted Thompson, what they're all going to do. I don't know. So I mean, it's hard to say. And then they have Nakobe Dean going at 28 to us as a linebacker. I like that pick because we need a linebacker. We need a run stopping linebacker. So I would actually like that pick at 28. But it's hard to say now. They have Dallas going with Zion Johnson, an offensive lineman, with 24 overall.
They probably need that.
Let's see where they got Minnesota.
Most drafts have us going either corner or wide receiver, and the wide receiver pick, I don't truly understand why. I mean, our receiving core is, I mean, Thielen, yeah, it's getting up there, but you still have Jeffers. You got a decent 3 and 4, but they need defensive help. But with the new regime and from the top to the coaching staff, who knows what they're going to do? I don't think they're going to trade.
I don't think they're going to trade either. This mock draft has them taking Trent McDuffie, a corner from Washington.
Okay.
What's interesting is this mock draft that I'm looking at, they do not have a quarterback going until 16th overall to New Orleans. And they have New Orleans taking Malik Willis out of Liberty.
Really? Wow, okay.
That's the first quarterback. And then they have no other quarterback going in the first round.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all up in the air. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if most teams are taking all 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is per pick. Wouldn't surprise me to see many teams trading, especially if you got 2 picks. I mean, like Kansas City, I still, if I'm them, and how dangerous would their offense be if they got Debo? I mean,
yeah,
from the Niners. I mean, I would take both those picks and ship them to San Fran and be like, here you go, give us Debo, and we'll call it a night. So
what's interesting is they have 5 different guys that have done a mock draft, and if you look at the first overall pick for Jacksonville with the first mock draft they did, it's Ikem Enukwu from NC State. The second guy has them taking Trevon Walker, a defensive lineman from Georgia.
Yep.
The third guy has them taking Walker from Georgia. The fourth guy, which is another CBS guy, he has them taking Evan Neal. And then the fifth guy has them taking Aiden Hutchinson. So we don't really know where everyone's going to go. I will tell you this. So it pretty much is the same players in a different order in every draft. So the first 5 haven't changed. So the first 5 picks, just in a different order in everyone's draft. The first 5 are Trevon Walker from Georgia, Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan, Ikem Enukwu, from NC State, Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon, and Evan Neal from Alabama. So those 5 guys are in some sort. That's who they have going in the top 5. Whether it's not the same order, but they have those guys pretty much in the top 5.
Yeah. And I mean,
So-
you got what? Jacksonville, Detroit's number 2, Houston 3.
Yep, Houston 3, the Jets 4, and the Giants 5.
Okay. You know, I mean, J-Mac,
let's-
oh, go ahead, read the comments.
I was just gonna say, catch up on comments. Thomas Burnett, as a Bills fan, I hope KC doesn't get Debo.
Oh,
I'm
we
sure
hope not
you-
either. I mean,
And Nathaniel McWard says I have Aiden Hutchinson at number 1. Yeah, okay.
I think a lot of people do, but
yeah.
A lot of people do, but I think that we'll get a surprise.
I mean, J-Mac, me and you being in the North, with Detroit number 2, I mean, what do you think they're going to do? I mean, we know they need a lot of help. I mean, and they have the 32nd pick. So,
yeah,
I mean-
Detroit's tough. I honestly think that they stick with defense first.
yeah.
So, I mean, everyone in this setting, the CBS mock drafts, I mean, they all have them either taking Hutchinson if he's there. They haven't taken Hutchinson.
Which I think would be the best move for them if he's there at number 2, because that's a hometown kid. I mean,
So they all have him taking Hutchinson, all 4. The 5th
Yeah.
guy who said that Hutchinson was going first overall has them taking Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon. So
yeah,
I think they're going to stick defense first, second overall.
I think they need to. I think they've drafted how many offensive players in the first round? I mean,
Yeah,
too many. That's why.
I think so as well. I find it interesting though that they don't have a quarterback going until
Like-
15th overall, 16th
well,
overall.
they've said, all the analysts have said that this is not a quarterback draft.
No,
If you need a quarterback, you're not getting a franchise changer.
go in free agency, pick one up off a team if you can.
The only other quarterback that someone else said was going in the first round, one
Would be Pickett.
of the draft people said that Pickett was going in the first round. Everyone else has just Malik Willis.
Where's
So
that one
keep-
person have Pickett going?
Pickett going to Carolina at 6. I think it's a reach.
Ooh, that is.
I've heard rumors of Mayfield going to Carolina.
Yep, I've heard that's a strong rumbling right now. Is
And they're saying
Carolina
that-
going to trade for Mayfield? Yeah.
yeah, and it may happen from now to the start of the first round.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hey, Christy, thanks for joining. Sorry, Christy, you're jumping right on. We're gonna go. We're gonna run ads real quick, and we'll be right back.
All right.
One,
Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
All right, and don't forget to pick up that book, Race Against Race, written by ours truly, Bodine Sanders. It's his personal journey of diversity and inclusion through sports. Endorsed by the Big East Conference. You can get it on Amazon and check it out today. All right, so we're talking about the NFL draft, talking where we think everyone's going to go. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Things might change in the next couple of days. We don't really know. So I think we beat the draft to death so far on that. Let's talk a little bit of US. Let's talk a little bit of USFL.
yeah.
Have you guys liked the game so far? Have they been entertaining? Do you think?
It,
For the highlights I've seen, I should go back and watch a couple games, but highlights I've seen, it looks like football to me, So
right. I mean,
I heard something that after the first week they're changing the kicking ball. They're going to go to a different style of ball because
yeah,
kickers weren't accurate after a certain distance or something like that. So we'll see how
Yeah.
that plays a factor.
Yeah, they went to a traditional kicking ball form.
Yeah. And then what do you guys think, real quick? I hate talking about this league because I can't stand it. But the only reason I'm bringing it up is because of someone that's in it. What do you think about Terrell Owens returning to football in the fan-controlled football league?
I watched it. I didn't watch that game, but I watched the first week just to see if they changed anything. They did not. Haven't watched it since. So I don't know.
they didn't change the point after by putting the
Nope.
ball on a stool. Like that's what did it for me, honestly. I
I'd rather
didn't agree
have
with that.
somebody, hike the ball and do what they need to do. But
Right. All right, let's catch up real quick. Nate says, I don't think there should be any quarterbacks taken in the first round. However, I think there will be a few. And Christy Wilson says, not interested. I'm guessing she's talking about the fan-controlled football league. I'm not interested either. All I saw was that Terrell Owens was playing. I heard grumblings that Chad Ochocinco has said he's going to join a team also.
hey,
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch is part owner of a team. So, I mean.
That's true. Marshawn Lynch is a part owner of a team. So I don't know.
And
we'll see where that goes.
And that's the league we talked about where you could play for one team 1 week and then turn around and play for a different team. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like fantasy football. It's like fantasy
schoolyard football.
Yeah, but it's like fantasy meets Madden.
Pretty much. So I just want to say this about the baseball season real quick. I just want to say, don't forget this is a 162 game season. So if you've given up on first. If you've given up on your team 16, 17 games into the season, it either proves A, that you know nothing about baseball.
Yep.
Or B, you're just not a very clued in person to
Or
baseball.
Let's throw out there too, or if you think somebody's the next, Griffey 2.0,
and it was Christian Pache out of all of those guys. Like, come on, he hit 3 homers last year in Atlanta. Okay, so he's only at 2 this year, and you're already calling him Griffey 2.0. I'm sorry, 2 home runs.
Or this guy's, up and coming. He's the new face of baseball. I mean, to me right now, as a Twins fan, I'm happy we're in first. 16 games in. Like J Max said, it's a long season. Sano's got to go. I'm sorry. I know the old saying is, players, just need that bats to swing, get out of their little slump here. But, you're 16 games in, you're batting 85 or something with 2 hits, a home run, and a bunch of strikeouts.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Tim Hendricks. He kind of always makes us laugh when he puts a comment on there. The Austin Reeves of Major League Baseball.
Yes. Tim Hendricks has got some good ones. For
sure. But no, I agree with you. So you say Sano. I say Dansby Swanson's got to go for Atlanta.
I get what you're saying because me and your brothers had this discussion a little bit.
55 at bats, and he struck out 28 times. But
the thing is, he hit 7 home runs last year. But we know that he's not the power guy. Like Sano is supposed to be bringing the big lumber and stuff. Swanson, on your hand, is supposed to be the defensive, guy. I get the frustration. Don't get me wrong. You're right. 55 at bats, half of them strikeouts. Oh, I get it. He's still batting $150. Probably his weight. So
Jim Hendricks, but it's not 8 times in one game like Mess Around Dave.
And how many of those are lucky? Probably 5.
Yeah, probably. You know what's funny about that though is if he batted 8 times in a game, he probably could strike out 8 times.
No. Go ahead.
He's on pace for 275 strikeouts.
Yeah. That would be, I think we looked it up. It would be close to a record, I think.
Oh, it would be a record. I believe the record was Aaron Judge, and he struck out 246.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I know he's not going to strike out that much as the season goes on, but man.
Will he get a
Like-
chance to? I mean, if he
mean,
keeps going, I mean, how
Well,
much
I know-
how much
I
more
know.
can you trot him out? I mean, just like the Twins is
That's
know.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And you got a guy sitting on the bench in Atlanta's on Atlanta's bench, Orlando Arcia. He's hitting
Oh.
368 and he's driven in 4 runs already, and he's not playing every day.
Yeah.
You have to put him out there and give him a chance to hit. But no, we keep putting guys like Dickerson out there who's got 2 hits this year.
Yeah.
2. And he's batted 33 times.
Well,
like, do
and
that
then
batting
the
average in your
comeback,
head
and
real
then the
quick.
comeback I've heard from a lot of analysts. Well, remember they had a shortened spring training, and hitters need to get in the grooves. It's like, okay, well, what about the pitching? The pitching, needs to get in their grooves too. So,
Okay. So you had a shortened spring training and you're getting all that.
but you're
Let
a
me throw-
professional.
I get it, but let me throw you some numbers at you. So Ronald Acuna Jr., yes, he is in AAA right now because he's rehabbing, okay?
Yep.
He has not played since around the 4th of July last year. Hasn't picked up a bat, hasn't ran. In 6 games in AAA, and I know it's AAA, I know that's what's coming next for the argument, okay? But in his 6 rehab games for AAA, he's hitting 602.
Yep.
Okay. You're telling me that you're complaining about a short spring training with a guy who hasn't played since July of last year can hit 600 in the minor leagues?
Well, that's just like Minnesota here with the Saints. Royce Lewis is blowing up the first couple weeks here too, and everybody's talking about, bring him up. It's like, yeah, but do you really want to bring up a young guy that, one, has had injury problems and hasn't played a full season, and destroy his confidence if he does get lit up by major league pitching? So,
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we could go on all night about the major league baseball and how it's either strike out or hit a homer.
well,
And it. I mean,
we can talk about the upping too. I mean, that's the big topic right now going on.
Oh gosh.
J-Mac, don't get me
Oh,
started.
no. So I have umpired games before.
Yeah.
Yes, I've missed a call. Okay.
All right.
But
Go
let
ahead,
me explain this though. Let me explain this. I do truly, honestly believe 100%. 100%. I believe sometimes these umpires just want to get the game moving. If every guy is going up there looking to not swing and just get ball after ball after ball, it gives it the human element of he's really close, so I'm going to give him a strike so you'll actually swing the bat.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, J-Mac, I don't know how much you play baseball. Chris, I don't know. I mean, I played up to amateur baseball. Every coach I've had has told the team, 2 strikes, no matter how many outs there is, choke up on the bat, protect the plate. Anything close, you better be swinging. 3-2 count. I know it's 1 pitch, and that's not what everybody's arguing about. But yes, Hernandez was all over the place. But if you look at, I think it was MLB or umpire's scorecard. They post every game. He missed. I think they said like 6 calls that game that should have been reversed or something like that. Maybe it was 12. So, I mean, he's missed 8% of his calls out of 100 or some pitches per game that he's done. To me, that's a pretty good score there, I would think.
It's a
you have
pretty good
what?
score.
I mean, if a batter has less than a second to decide if he's going to swing or not, just think how much the umpire has. I mean, to make a call. I mean, we can't do that and be correct all the time.
I agree with Tim Hendricks on this one. He said Schwaber's was at least on the black. I completely agree.
And the thing is,
you're
it was a
saying,
breaking ball.
with 2 strikes,
Yep.
strikes, I was always told in baseball with 2 strikes, you're protecting shins to chins.
Yep.
If it's anywhere in there and it's close, you better be swinging.
Yep. And the thing is, J-Mac, you're old enough to remember. I mean, Maddox, Smoltz, Clemens. Yeah, the umps gave them that little extra out on the outside or inside of the plate because they were consistent. Batters need to adjust even with the umpires. Everybody knows Hernandez's strike zone is whacked out. So you got to adjust for it. And yes, anything close like that he should have been swinging at that. He should have slapped that down the left or the third base side. he's trying to pull it, try to win a game. He didn't like the call. Yes, was it a ball? Probably. Was it a slider or breaking ball that broke over the plate and caught the corner? Most likely. I mean, let's see an overhead view. That's the one thing I haven't seen yet is an overhead view of that pitch.
Right. It's I don't. It is what it is. But you have a human element with an umpire. You're always going to. You're always going to.
And now everybody's reaction is, we need robotic umps need to be in sooner than later. So now we're just going to make this game all about electronics,
Right. Because they already have the electronics with the pitchers.
Yeah. That's why I said 2 on deck. I'm like, I think it's coming whether we want it or not because
I know, but it's just ridiculous.
I think a version of it's coming. I don't think they're going to give 100% control to the umpires or the robotic umps. I think it's going to be one of those where, okay, the robotic ump calls this a strike, but umpire A called it a ball, or vice versa. I think they've said that the umps are still going to have the final say in it, so.
I agree. You can't have that. All right. Well, we come to that time in the show where we're going to do 2 truths and a lie. So anyone who's not good at keeping a straight face should probably turn their camera off, Chris, when they tell their 2 truths and a lie.
What a way to call them out. I think, honestly, even if you couldn't keep a straight face or can't keep a straight, we should still turn it off to make it fair.
Yes. Turn off your cameras. We're going to actually have Big B go first.
All right.
On 2 truths and a lie.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. 2 truths and a lie. I have been on I've been on Sports Center for a highlight of a Minnesota Lynx basketball game. I have lived in 2 different states besides Minnesota. I have dressed up for Halloween as Uncle Fester.
Oh, those are 3 good ones.
I'm going with the second one.
Yeah, I'll go with the second one too. The second one being a lie.
The second one is a lie. I've lived in 3 different states. But yes, I have been on ESPN in a highlight of a Lynx game. And yes, if you look at my Facebook page, there is a picture of me dressed up as Uncle Fester.
I knew that one because I had looked at your Facebook page, so I knew that one was true.
And the funny thing is I did that for work, and I was working at a grocery store. This elderly lady comes up to me. She goes, "You are the scariest thing I've ever seen." I'm just like, what? I'm Uncle Fester. How am I scary?
Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
That's great. That's great. All right, Chris, your turn.
All right, let's see. First one is I got slimed at Nickelodeon Studios. Second one is let me think. Oh, I almost got out of I won't say moving roller coaster, but a roller coaster. And the third one would be I drove a NASCAR.
Well,
the thing is Chris has kind of surprised me on these 2 times we've done this.
He really has, and he pauses before every one, like he's making them all up. So
yeah.
I don't really know which one to pick.
You gotten out of a moving roller coaster?
Yes.
Okay, that was that one.
That's what I'll say. I'll say that one's a lie.
I gotta say that's a lie because that's, yeah, I'll go with the roller coaster one as a lie.
Yeah, that was a lie.
All right. You actually got to drive a NASCAR though, huh? Chris, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, I have before.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
All right.
kind of hard to do, but it's not easy.
All right.
Okay. So two truths and a lie. For me, would be I have had a scholarship offer to college for football.
Ooh.
I have driven a car over 100 miles an hour. And the final two truths or a lie is that I have been on a plane for 24 consecutive hours.
Ooh.
I'm going with the first one. As a lie.
God. That's I'm just trying to think what would put you on a plane for 24 hours. Oh, okay. I got to go with Chris. I think it's the football one. The first one.
Well, I am here to tell you the plane for 24 hours was the lie.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Tim Hendricks got it right. Playing for 24
He did.
hours. Wow.
He did.
Where was the
The longest I
scholarship
was-
to?
The longest I was on a plane was 20 hours. That's when I went to England as an exchange student in high school. So, flew
Wow.
from
And,
Portland
and that's
to
what I was trying to think. I'm like, God, maybe the flight to England was 24 hours.
and actually it was 20 hours, and that's with time changes. So I think it was
Yeah.
something more like 15 if it was like a straight with no time
Okay.
changes. Scholarship offer was to Southern Oregon University.
Okay, cool.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen when I got injured in my senior year. So
Yeah, that takes a big blow. I get that, you know.
and I've driven a car over 100 miles an hour. I actually got pulled over for that one. And the cop was really cool because I told him, and I wasn't lying. I told him I had to get my friend somewhere in 3 hours, and the trip was 4 hours at the normal speed. So I got a ticket. But it was like it was, I think 101 is what he clocked me at, and he gave me a ticket for 76. So
Wow.
yeah, he was actually saved my ass because that would have been suspended license and all kinds of stuff. So
Oh, that would have been
Yeah.
that would have been ugly.
It would, yeah.
So that's two truths and a lie for tonight. That's our new segment. And you know what? We're going to throw in one bonus question, not for two truths and a lie, but for rapid fire. I'm
Yes.
going to ask you both a
woohoo.
quick question. We're going to bring that back tonight. And here we go. So, Chris P. Bacon,
Okay.
your first question is tofu or hummus?
We'll go tofu.
Didn't expect that answer, but okay. Big B,
All right.
are you a bacon or a sausage guy in the morning?
Oh, God, that's actually tough because, well, I guess I would have to go bacon because I like to, have my eggs and bacon toast, and then, maybe make a little sandwich out of them after I dip some toast in the yolks and stuff. So, yeah, I guess I go bacon.
Bacon. All right. Either of you want to ask me a question before we get out of here?
Let's see. No, I got nothing out the handle. Chris?
Okay, I got one. You're mentioning about getting a football scholarship. What position would you have played?
Well, in high school, I was. Oh, Tim Hendricks is asking me Pepsi or Coke. Pepsi all the way. I actually hate Coke. I can't stand it. So Pepsi all the way. Yeah, even though I don't drink soda anymore, but if I did, it would be Pepsi. And in high school, I played linebacker and fullback, so I would have went as a linebacker because fullback was becoming irrelevant during that time. So,
Yeah, for sure is.
all right. Well, Chris, give us 30 seconds, man, so we can get out of here.
Thank everyone for watching and tuning in. Great shows coming this week. On deck tomorrow, Tuesday Night Mania. We also got the draft coverage this week and a bunch of other shows.
Yes. Big B.
Yeah, thanks for everybody joining, watching, commenting. Like Chris said, Tuesday Night Mania. We'll congratulate the new 3,000 Hit Club member. We'll talk a little bit more about the umpiring. And then with the draft coverage, it will conclude Sunday morning tailgate. We'll do a little recap and grading on how we thought the draft went down.
All right. And I just want to read everybody one thing before we go. These are little things that I picked up that kids actually wrote about life lessons from kids.
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
read two of these.
Cool.
The first one is, when your dad is mad and asks, "Do I look stupid?" Don't answer.
Well, you can say that for your mom, too.
And don't ever trust a dog to watch your food.
That is true. That is true.
Those are life lessons from kids. Kids are great. So real quick, just to finish up, Thomas Burnett says, "Awesome show, guys." We thank you, Thomas, for watching. We thank all of you for watching, because we could not do this without you. You are the reason we do this. We bring this to you. Send us suggestions. Don't be afraid to message us. Give us stuff you want to see on the show. Tell us what segments you like, what you don't like, what we should add, what we should take away. Don't forget to do that. We thank all of you. And so, lifelong dreams being lived right in front of your very eyes. Couldn't do it with a better group of guys. Wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. Catch us Mondays and Fridays at 10 p.m. Pacific. This week we'll be on Thursday for the first round of the draft. You guys have yourself a great night, and we'll see you all on the other side.